The washing machine finally stopped, the furnace kicked on, and it doesn't seem to be turning off anytime soon, so we're going with it. Hi, I am Haxann. You can find me on Instagram as FreeFormKnits, and you can find my knitwear and crochet designs on Ravelry, where I sell them under Haxann Evers Designs. Welcome to this vlog type video where I'm going to be talking about some upcoming projects I have, some yarn choices, and just things like that, because it's fun. Sorry about the furnace. It's loud. I might be able to dim it out. We'll see. But first time's the charm. No, it's not. Third time's the charm. This is actually the third time I've started this, so yeah. I'm kind of sitting awkwardly because the lighting where I have all my craft stuff is kind of weird. And there's a window up there. It's giving off strange glare. So I'm kind of awkwardly sat on the floor with my table behind me. But let's look at it and see all the projects I have coming up. Over here I have yarn set aside for the furnace kicked off. That's amazing. Over here I have yarn set aside for different projects. This is going to be a project that I've actually drafted up and hope to cast on today. And then here I have 3 different Lychee yarns that I'm torn between which to use because the stitch pattern I want. Over here I have yarn set aside for the furnace kicked off. That's amazing. Over here I have yarn set aside for different projects. This is going to be a project that I've actually drafted up and hope to cast on today. And then here I have 3 different Lychee yarns that I'm torn between which to use because the stitch pattern I want. Okay, so this is my table. It's a mess, but it's lighting is chaos, I promise. Okay, so first over here, first I have some, it's all dark over here, but I have here some finished socks. I have all this yarn here in that basket there are stuff I'm preparing to make gifts for an upcoming thing. I'm making a bunch of plushies, and I've done some horrible. I've decided to make all the pieces and then sew them together over time, and by over time I understand that's last minute. So I have all these pieces. If you know Pokemon, this is Plus, Minna, and if you know Mario, this is Luna, and this is the Pokemon, this is Ravel. All these pieces are stored inside. And I have a bunch of yarn all set aside for more plushies. I am using the plushie patterns from this blog. I love this blog. This is Wolf Dreamer Off the Hook. She has so many patterns. So many free patterns. Like she's got Pokemon patterns, all these are Pokemon. She's got some Mario patterns, I think it's Madagascar, Sonic the Hedgehog, a Digimon I really want to make. I love Digimon. I love him. So one day I'm going to make him. But I've made so many of her patterns over the years. I love them. They're all free crochet patterns. It's an amazing website if you like making toys in any way, or they're just like having the toys. This is an amazing website. So you should definitely check it out. I'm torn between which one to use because the stitch pattern I want might disappear with the... Not disappear. No, because I don't know how it's going to show up. Because the stitch pattern is 10 rows and pleated strips are typically 6 to 8, I found. I think I'm leaning towards this one, the Chelsea colorway. Only because I think it'll be easier to photograph and just probably the safer choice. I originally wanted to use this one. This one I think is too dark, but I think I'll do this one. And I have all these minis here, so these came in a pack of minis. Oh, this one actually matches that purple almost perfectly. Huh. I think I'll have to go with this one. It's not matching perfectly on camera, but in real life, you can kind of see it there. Perfect. Okay, that's what I'm gonna go with. And the last thing I really want to cast on, or I feel like there should be another name for crochet projects. Casting it on. Though it is a cast on. I don't know. I have a cowl idea. With these three, I'll be striped, and it'll be crochet I'll chain the width. No, I'll chain the length and make the width. I love this color. This is the rose water color. I love it. It's like this. It's just so pretty. So I'm going to cast those on. Knitting in, well, I'm going to cast them all on. I'm torn about whether or not to cast the socks on because I do have a pair of socks going, but it's a vanilla pair. So, kind of torn because I'm usually very monogamous in that I don't cast on more than 3 projects. I usually cast on a sock, a sweater, and then a small project, like a hat or something. And I usually work on those monogamously. I don't rotate through them. I'll like pick a day, work on one, next day I'll work on the other. But I really want to cast on things, so I'm gonna. That's the fun. So I'll check in later and show you what I ended up casting on. Okay, so next table's kind of cleaner now. Have all the stuff for the plushies, the cowl, and actually this one of these isn't a part of the cowl. Kind of mixed up the yarns. So I need some plushies. Got the socks, the hat. It's all good. Time to start making. Okay, it is sometime later. It's like past 3 in the afternoon. And I've been fiddling with the lights down here. And so you still get a glare. It's so bad. Just basement lighting. And video game setup behind me. But I wanted to show you some progress I made on the knits. So I cast on the hat. I cast it on twice because I completely forgot what I need a multiple of. So I had to start it and restart it. So here it is. I really like it. Forgot how much the bulky weight can hurt my hands. It's kind of hard to knit around with. I actually had to go up to an 11. I was going to use the 10.5, but realized I needed the 11 to make it bearable to knit. So I like this pattern a lot more with using the lighter weights, the worsted, the DK. But I thought this yarn would be really nice, and it will be a very warm hat, and I need warm hats. And another thing, I just crocheted this little Mario mushroom. I used safety eyes, which I kind of think are a little bit big. He's not stuffed yet, so it's kind of hard to tell. Here are his little spots. Go 5 of them. I just tied them together so I wouldn't lose them. But this is gonna go aside, and this will probably go aside too. I wound up the yarn for the pair of socks I want to start. The pair of socks I want to start, that was right. And I also want to finish the heel on the pair I'm already knitting. And I probably want to make another little toy. I also have spinning I want to do. There are so many options. So yeah, I'll check back in with you later. The best lighting I can do. And it's still so bright over there. Okay, so it is much later. It's like 10 o'clock. It's been a good evening. Got some Chinese food and watched a Scooby-Doo movie that I have not seen in years. So that was fun. So last check-in of the day. How many projects on the floor? So I did finish another Amigurumi toy. This is Sfeel. And here are all his parts. He's got a tail, he's got ears, fins, and he's not put together yet because I haven't sewed any of them together yet. You can kind of see like he has these whiskers. You won't be able to tell, but I did this. So he's done. And then I didn't start the socks I wanted to start. I've been working on this pair. It's another Felici pair. Just using a Yarn Bee contrasting mini and a Nipix Felici in the Time Traveler colorway. I actually have one sock completed. I really love this. It's a Doctor Who reference, the Time Traveler, colors of the scarf. I'm like 90% positive it's a Doctor Who reference. I looked up pictures of the 4th Doctor's scarf and it certainly looks like it, so I don't know. But I really love this. I was hoping to get this in tonight, but I just can't do it. I only have, I think like 3 stripes left and then the toe, so that's good. Let's finish that, and then actually for the pair of socks I want to start, I just typed up a pattern throughout the day and made a funny little mistake. I want to try a new toe shaping. I've just been using, for a while I was using a star toe, but I switched back to the standard toe because with the star toe, at least the one I was doing, I don't know, you kind of had to fiddle with the stitch counts and increase on some sizes and decrease on the others, and I thought that was too complicated. So I just graded all the sizes I've been including 5 sizes in my sock patterns, and I just decided what I wanted and graded it and put it in that, and I'm gonna test it, you know, when I knit my sample, and obviously I have it tested. But I did a funny little mistake. I had figured out, I'd graded for all the sizes, figured it out, and put it into the pattern, you know, row by row. For some reason, the last decrease round, where I had written knit two together all the way around to have your stitch counts, for some reason it wasn't matching up. It just wasn't. I didn't know what was wrong, and I was thinking I have to get my stuff out right away and test this because this is driving me crazy. And then I looked back at the stitch counts and I realized what I did. What I did was I moved all the stitch counts up a row, the row where I put, you know, have a break round between each decrease round. I put it as a decrease round, so all my stitch numbers were up a row. If you write decreases, you might understand. Hopefully that makes sense. It's late. I'm tired, but that was my mistake, and it was really good to figure that out because now it should work perfectly, and I'm really excited about it. Okay, so it's late. This is it. Thank you for joining me. I hope this was entertaining. Yeah, happy knitting.